If you want to go to the NBA, you have to stop playing like you're on the high school team. In this video, what I want to talk about is the fact that we all want a big life. That big life to you might be I want to become a doctor. It might be I want to start my own barbershop. I want to become a professional speaker. I want to get big muscles in the gym. I want to get straight A's on my report card. Whatever it is for you, we want these things. We want these goals that are outside of what we currently have. Like right now, you're on the high school team and you want to get to the NBA. You have to stop playing like you're on the high school team because what you're doing right now has gotten you what you're getting right now. But if you want to be on the big leagues, you have to first mentally start playing like you are. You have to show up to practice like you are. You have to walk and talk and dress and think like you are. And the way you do that is you figure out, okay, well, what do I want? And what did that person do? If I was in the NBA right now, how would I show up to practice? Well, I show up to practice, I would show up early, I would stay late, I would practice harder. When everyone else does 15, I'll do 25, I'll do more because everyone else is playing at the high school level, but I'm trying to get to the NBA, so I have to play like I'm in the NBA. I can't be on the court, just la 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 la. No, I got to be focused. I have to really lock in on this goal. And by doing this, you stand out. Not just stand out to other people like the scouting recruits, but you stand out to yourself. You start to realize that, wait, in order to get there, I have to be there. In order to get there, I have to be there. And that's going to require you to do things that are outside your comfort zone. For me, I'm upgrading my camera quality. I'm upgrading my microphone quality so that when I'm, traveling and doing speeches, I can record a whole lot better than with just my phone. And in order to do that, I gotta, buy some better equipment. And that's gonna require me to spend a considerable amount of money. But I was thinking to myself about how in order to get to higher levels, you have to do what higher levels do. That might mean spending more money on certain things. Like in order to upgrade my camera quality, I've got to buy more expensive camera. I have to buy better equipment. That means I have to spend more money. And in order to make more, you have to give more. You have to be willing to give value if you want to get money. That value could look like you teaching someone something. That value could look like providing a service. That value could look like working at a job. That value could look like a lot of things. But in order to get more, I have to be willing to give more. And if I just keep my hands so stuck on what I already have, I stop myself from being able to get more because a closed hand can't receive blessings. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and closed ears cannot hear, and a closed mind cannot learn. So you have to be willing to open yourself up in order to get more. The problem, though, is that a lot of times we get so stuck in where we currently are and we get comfortable there because this is familiar. I'm used to this. Like you might have been working at a certain job for maybe a year or two, and you're used to this. Like it's not great, but I mean, it keeps my bills paid. It's not what I really want to do, but I'm good here. Like I'm comfortable. I'm used to this. And in order to go from here to here, you have to get a little uncomfortable. You have to leave where you currently are to get where you want to be. Leaving where you currently are might look like getting a new job or going to a different school or you graduate middle school and now you're in high school. You get a promotion at work and now you're going from working cash register to managing the store. That's uncomfortable. Like, that's outside of your comfort zone, it's outside your bubble. It might look like having to spend more money to buy better equipment or buying better food so that when you show up to basketball practice, you have more energy because your body's healthier. It might look like a lot of things, but at the root, we all have to be willing to let go of certain things in order to get what we want. And the thing that you have to let go of, it varies from person to person. Some people, it might look like you've been in a relationship for a year, 2 years, 3 years, but you start realizing that, hey, this person isn't really aligned with me. Like, we have very different lifestyles. Maybe you're dating somebody who loves partying and you love going to church. It's like two different paths. And it's not right or wrong, good or bad. It's just we're not aligned. You might have to let go of a relationship. Maybe you want to become a doctor, but all of your friends, they like playing video games until 2 in the morning. And it's not exactly aligned. Every time that you want to go study, they're saying, man, you're so boring. Why don't you ever play with us? You think you're too good for us. You have to let some people go. And it's going to be painful, it's going to hurt, but it's necessary. Maybe you have to let go of you playing video games. Maybe you have to let go of bad eating habits or bad sleep habits, or you might have to let go of some money. You might have to let go of fears. You might have to let go of insecurities. You might have to let go of some childhood trauma. It can get very deep very fast, but ultimately, you can't get more if your hand is closed. I can't help you if every time I offer, you push it away. Every time somebody says, hey, I want to be your friend, you're like, nope, I don't trust you. Hey, I think you're cute. I think you're handsome. I think you're pretty. Let's go on a date. Nope, I don't trust you. Every time something good happens, you're like, there's got to be something to this. The version of you that has the life you want isn't thinking like that. The version of you that has the life you want knows that it's possible, knows that all the sacrifices will be worth it, knows that, yes, right now you might have to spend some money to buy something. Right now you might have to travel a bit, get out your comfort zone, leave the job that you're familiar with in order to get that better job. Leave a relationship in order to ultimately get a better relationship. Leave certain friend groups in order to ultimately find friends who are better aligned with you. There's a lot of time we have to make sacrifices. There's a lot of time that we have to get out of our comfort zone in order to get to where we want to be. And we can get so stuck in playing like we're on the high school team that we don't get to the NBA because we are like, no, well, I'm comfortable here. I do my 15 minutes of practice and then I go home. But the NBA, they don't do that. They do like hours of practice. And you have to learn to be there, like be there before you are there. You have to start seeing yourself like the person who has it. You have to start seeing yourself like the person who had whatever you want, because that version of you is consistent. That version of you shows up. That version of you does the work. That version of you is committed. That version of you does whatever is necessary to get there. You also do have to be aware that people will try to drag you down. They'll try to judge you. They'll try to shame you. They'll say things like, you think you're too good for us, or you changed. Well, you're supposed to. When you look at a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, it does not change. It transforms. It doesn't just keep crawling all its life. It spreads its wings and flies. It's unrecognizable. It like go through metamorphosis. The tadpole doesn't just swim harder. It becomes a frog and leaps out of the water. The seed doesn't just grow bigger roots. It goes from a seed to a giant tree. And you can even think of yourself. The sperm and egg don't just keep swimming around. They come together and create something magical. They create an entire life. And in order for you to create the life that you desire, you have to be willing to transform. You have to be willing to let go of who you have been in order to become whoever you decide to be. You have to be willing to understand that sacrifices will be necessary. Change is necessary. Change is inevitable. And if you refuse to change, you will stay stuck. And when you stay stuck, you stay stuck, obviously. So the message I want to leave you with is this. You have to see yourself like that person. And when it's hard, ask yourself, what would they do? The version of me that is in the NBA, what would he do? Oh, well, he would go to the gym even though he's tired. The version of me that is speaking in front of 50,000 people, what would he do when he's nervous? Oh, he would take a deep breath and he would know that these people are here to learn. They're not here to judge you. They're not here to make fun of you. They're not in their head going, oh, this guy. No, they're here to learn. They like you. They appreciate you. What you're doing is helping people. So whenever I feel nervous, I ask myself, what would that version of me do? And I do what he would do. And by doing what he or she would do, you are on the same track as that person. And you just keep doing this over and over. And before you know it, you end up there. But you're there before you get there. You're in the NBA before you're in the NBA. You have that six pack before you have that six pack. You have the car in your driveway before you have the car in your driveway. It's like you become the person who can, and by becoming the person who can, you do what they do, and by doing what they do, you get what they get. You just have to trust the process. You have to believe that it's possible, and you have to do what they would do. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you're interested, you can find my books or one-on-one coaching in the links below, as well as the link to bring me in for your organization, podcast, or school. Have a good one.